Hi, what's up? Good evening, everyone. Hey, Norm, hope you're having a good night. Alright, so let's take a look at the total crypto market cap and get the night started. Alright, so monthly, very clear bearish cross here, not looking great. And bearish divergence still on the RSI. Same thing we've seen here on the monthly for quite a while now. The bearish momentum is getting slightly weaker on the weekly, so that's looking alright. But we do have a bearish cross here on the weekly, so I wouldn't really be surprised if we do get a bit more downside. The RSI is getting more around the bearish control zone as well currently, and we are attempting to bearishly engulf right here. Bearish momentum growing on the daily, bearish stochastic cross on the daily, bearish engulfing candles on the daily. So it wouldn't really surprise me if we do see some further pullback here. So potential areas for a bounce would be the, the 0.5 fib level, so that'd be 1.56 trillion. And if we do get a bit further, this would be the last support level that I'd really want to see hold right here. So that would be the 618 at 1.221 trillion. So as long as we hold that fib level right here, it would still be looking alright, because as you can see, we got higher high, higher low, higher high. So if we were to come down and don't drop below that fib level and form a higher low, I would still be liking the looks of the total crypto market cap at that point, but would be nice to see us holding the 0.5 fib level right here, which would be $1.563 trillion. That'd be showing more strength to me. And let's take a look at Bitcoin and see how that's looking. First bearish momentum that we see on the MACD in quite a while here, so that's not looking nice. Stochastics cross bearish, bearish divergence, same thing we've seen here for a while. And we are currently bearishly engulfing on the monthly. So as for Bitcoin, the level I'd ideally like to see hold would be 618. Same thing with total crypto market cap, we got a higher high, higher low, higher high. So if we come down and get a bounce at the 618 and we don't drop below these previous wicks low here, still looking nice for a potential rally at that point, but it's definitely looking like there's more downside potential going on. MACD shows bears losing slight momentum, stochastic is cross bearish, and the RSI is in the bearish control zone, and we're currently bearishly engulfing here. Daily bearish engulfing candle. RSI is getting pretty close to oversold, so I'm liking the looks of the RSI. Could get a bit more downside, but if we do pull back to, let's see, yeah, that would be the 618. So if we do pull back to the 618 and we form a double bottom right here, the RSI would be oversold, and a double bottom would be a sign of potential reversal. So it is looking like there's strong potential for more blood, but it's also looking like potential for maybe getting a nice double bottom or a triple bottom if it does decide to hold there, which would be looking bullish at that point. Bullish divergence going on the 1 hour, so I'm liking the looks of that. Stochastic is coiling up like it's attempting to cross bullish, and the MACD shows a little bit of bearish momentum getting weaker. Yeah, look like we may have some slight 4-hour bullish divergence here as well, so we're going to have to see how this plays out. We are quite oversold on the 4 hour on Bitcoin currently. Alright, so XRP. First bearish momentum we've had in quite a while here. Stochastics crossed bearish. There's no bearish divergence present on the monthly like we have on Bitcoin and total crypto market cap, so it's looking a bit better on the monthly. And weekly shows bears losing momentum. Stochastics coiled up like it's attempting to decide which direction to go. RSI is kind of looking like it's getting down around the bearish control zone, but on the candles all I'm seeing right now is currently some consolidation. The daily bearish engulfing candles, RSI is around the bearish control zone, stochastics very clearly crossed bearish, and the first 2 days that we've had a bearish momentum in a while. So it's looking like there is also potential for more downside on this asset as well. Yeah, if XRP comes down and we get a double bottom around here, or we hold the, let's see, 786 fib level, be looking a bit nicer at that point, but it's all probably going to depend on what happens with total crypto market cap here for the next little while. Yeah, 4 hour also bearishly engulfing. We are quite oversold on the 4 hour RSI. Stochastics cross bearish, and bears are still gaining a bit of momentum, so I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever if we see more downside. Bearish momentum's kind of flattening out here on the MACD. Stochastics under the 20 and looking like it's kind of attempting to cross bullish soon. RSI is very oversold, and it's looking like the candles are kind of leveling out a little bit. Yeah, looking more bearish than bullish currently though. Alright, so Ethereum. Very clear bearish cross on the stochastic, bulls losing momentum. RSI is kind of getting more around neutral, but that's a very clear bearish engulfing candle on the monthly. Yeah, there was just quite a lot of bearish divergence here on the weekly, but the RSI is getting close to oversold on Ethereum currently. Stochastics crossed bearish, and MACD shows bears losing a little bit of momentum, but not really liking the looks of that candle the most right now. If it does break through there, wouldn't be surprised if we see it attempt to bottom at 22.15, or the 618 would probably be the final resistance level that I'd really want to see Ethereum hold, so that would be 2005 or 2054. Bearish control zone on the RSI, but getting close to oversold. Stochastics crossed bearish, bearish momentum building on the MACD, and bearish engulfing candles. So I'm definitely feeling like there's more potential for downside on most cryptos currently. Yeah, 4 hours not looking that great either. Attempting to break the fib level and bearishly engulf. Close to oversold on the RSI. Looking like a bit of bullish divergence there, but still not looking the best. Bulls losing momentum on the MACD, and the stochastic is currently crossed bearish. Alright, so 1 hour. Stochastics attempting to cross bullish. Bullish divergence on the 1 hour slightly. Losing a bit of bearish momentum there. So it's looking like on the smaller time frames it's at least attempting to hold this fib level. But we're going to have to see how the next few days plays out, especially with the total crypto market cap in Bitcoin. Alright, so VVS Finance. Bears gaining momentum on the MACD. Stochastic is under the 20 quite a lot and looking like it's attempting to cross bullish soon, so I'm liking the looks of the Stoch for now. Still room on the RSI to go to the downside more if it wants to on the daily. We do have some 4-hour bullish divergence though, so that's looking nice currently. And you can see that the RSI goes from low to higher low. Meanwhile, the candles are trending down, so that would be a divergence right there. Looking like kind of losing a bit of bearish momentum on the 4-hour as well. Stochastic is currently cross bearish, but under the 20, so it wouldn't take much for it to cross bullish. 1-hour bullish divergence as well. Stochastic kind of coiling up, and we're under the 20. MACD's looking so-so. Bit of bearish momentum still growing there on the 1-hour. If total crypto market cap holds up or turns around, VVS is both at a very nice accumulation level and showing signs of a potential reversal, especially if we see this daily stochastic cross bullish. So I'll probably be accumulating quite a lot at these levels just to see how that all plays out. If total crypto market cap does run again, this is one asset that's likely in for a lot of upside this cycle. But if we do get those lower lows on the monthly, I'm not going to be liking the looks of all crypto for the rest of the cycle. At that point, could be a sign of the cycle being near its end. But until we get those lower lows on the monthly, I'm still personally bullish myself. Alright, now let's take a look at how Thor and Power are doing. Very significant pullback on Thor. Stochastic's looking like it's tempting to cross bullish. Bearish momentum's getting weaker on the MACD. No bullish divergence on the RSI though. And we're forming consistent lower lows currently right here on the RSI. Just attempting to bearishly engulf each day. Uh, 4-hour MACD kind of looks like it's just flattening out. Stochastic's coiling up like it's attempting to cross bullish, and I believe that we do have some very slight 4-hour bullish divergence right here as well. So not really anything too significant here for the divergence, but very slight bullish divergence here on the 4-hour. You can see right here we had some more significant bullish divergence, and that just manifested into a tiny rally up, and then it came back down. And came down a lot harder. So Thor's looking more bearish than bullish to me currently. So we'll have to see how the 4-hour bullish divergence plays out. If we do get a bullish cross on the stochastic with the MACD showing bears losing momentum, it's potential that it gets a rally at that point, but it's looking like there's a better chance of more downside on this asset currently. Okay, so Power I'm kind of liking the looks of a bit more. Stochastic's cross bullish, MACD shows bears losing a bit of momentum. Attempting to bullishly engulf. Four-hour bullish divergence, I'm really liking the looks of that. Stochastic is still cross bearish, but coiling up a bit. And I'm liking the looks of the 1 hour here. Bears losing momentum, very clear bullish cross on the stochastic. And we also have some 1 hour bullish divergence present. So currently power's looking nicer than Thor for now. Go to the 2NAS protocols. I think this one has a better chance of getting another run up soon. Alright, now let's see how Casper Labs is holding up. Bearish cross on the stochastic, bulls losing momentum on the weekly, consistent bearish engulfing candles. The first day of bearish momentum we've seen since the 31st of January, so about 3 weeks. RSI is getting pretty close to oversold, or we're just very slightly oversold. And I'm not liking the looks of those bearish engulfing candles. Bearish momentum growing on the MACD, bearish cross on the stochastic. We're pretty oversold on the RSI on the 4 hour, but we're also bearishly engulfing as well, so if it really wants to, it could still pull back a bit further. And quite oversold on the 1 hour as well, but same thing, we have some bearish engulfing candle going on there. Stochastics cross bearish, and bearish momentum's growing on the MACD. If total crypto market cap doesn't hold up and it does pull back further, I think this is going to likely be in for a pretty significant pullback still from here. So looking like around 6 cents would be another potential bottom on Casper Labs. And we do have a little bit of bullish divergence going on right here on the daily. Oh. Yeah, never mind, I was looking a little too far back there. If we do get one more low down, and this doesn't, the RSI doesn't drop below the previous low here, at that point we'll then be showing daily bullish divergence, which should be looking nicer at that point, especially if we end up with a daily cross on the stochastic, or a bullish daily cross. Alright, now let's see how Quant's looking today. Stochastics cross bearish on the weekly, but coiling up. Bearish momentum building on the MACD, bearish cross on the stochastic, still room to run to the downside on the RSI, and slight bearish engulfing. If Quant pulls back further, around $93 would be a potential bottom if we start to see some more bullish indication at that point. Bearish engulfing on the 4 hour, still room to run to the downside on the RSI. Stochastics crossed bearish, and losing a bit of bullish momentum as well, so yeah, not looking that great for Quant either currently. Yeah, consistent bearish engulfing candles, still room to run to the downside on the 1 hour on the RSI. Stochastic is crossed bearish, but we're under that 20 zone at least. And the bearish momentum's kind of just leveling off here on the MACD. So smaller time frames is showing like it may attempt to want to hold here, but I wouldn't be surprised if we pull back further. Let's see what fib level that is there. Oh yeah, that would be the very bottom of the fib extension. So once we get below the 618, I typically accumulate assets I'm bullish on. Below the 786, I get more heavy about it. But if we drop below the bottom of the fib extension, at that point I will typically pick up a large bag if I'm very bullish on an asset. Yeah, looking more bearish than bullish on Quant for now. Alliance block, not liking the looks of this. Bearishly engulfing, but it's looking like we're also attempting to get below the thicker part of the very lowest candle that we've seen. Stochastic's coiled up. RSI still has a little bit of room to run to the downside on the weekly. Oh, just going to mute my phone here quick. There we go. Let's see how the daily's looking. Not that much better. Bearish momentum growing. Stochastic is cross bullish, and we're quite oversold on the RSI. Attempting to bearishly engulf, but kind of holding there for at least now. If this does pull back further, I wouldn't be surprised if we see it go down to around 16, 17 cents, or 16 to 20 cents. Oh yeah, we were just very oversold on the RSI on the 4-hour, so maybe it will end up holding here, but all depends on what happens with the total crypto market cap. Bearish momentum getting weaker, bullish cross on the stochastic. RSI is looking like it kind of wants to attempt to run, but with the bearish price action we've been seeing on the candles, I'd definitely be cautious on this and keep an eye on the total crypto market cap. No 1-hour bullish oh, actually, yeah, we do have a little bit of 1-hour bullish divergence as well. A little bit of bullish momentum coming in. Bullish cross on the stochastic. So maybe it could hold this level, but if the total crypto market cap ends up consolidating, I wouldn't be surprised if this holds. If it pulls back further, well, I think there's more downside potential for sure. Any assets you guys want me to check out for you tonight? Bearish momentum building on the weekly for Hex, bearish cross on the stochastic, bearish control zone on the RSI, and bearishly engulfing candle. We were just around the 26.5 level, so we are oversold on the RSI, currently under the 30. Bearish momentum is still building on the MACD though, and stochastic's coiling up, but more likely to cross bullish for now as we're under the 20. Uh, 4-hour, a little bit of bullish momentum. Stochastic's coiled. Getting pretty close to the 30, coming back up a little on the RSI, but kind of looking more bearish here, especially with all these wicks. It doesn't really look like it wants to rally that much, just keeps pulling back a little further. 1 hour I'm liking the looks of a bit more. 1 hour bullish divergence, bullish control zone on the RSI, stochastic is cross bullish, and it's tempting to have a little bullish momentum come back in. And I am liking the looks of this candle currently. Smaller time frame looks alright, but larger time frame isn't looking that great. So if we do pull back further, it's looking likely between 12.8 to 11.5 11.2 cents roughly is what I could see it bottoming out at. So ideally we'd like to see around this $12.8 level hold. But if we do come down to the 786 and hold, still be looking alright at that point as well. Yeah, it's kind of looking a bit more bearish than bullish to me currently, but all will depend on what happens with the crypto market cap, same with most of the cryptos. Alright, now let's see how gold's looking today. Yeah, I kind of figured gold would be in for a nice rally with all the negative news on stocks and world events going on lately. And very nice daily bullish engulfing candle. Bullish momentum still continues to grow on the MACD. Stochastic is kind of coiled up like it's attempting to decide what to do, and we're overbought currently on the RSI. Bearish momentum getting weaker on the MACD. Bullish cross on the Stoch. We are overbought on the RSI, but it's looking like it is still attempting to run. And bullish engulfing candles. Slightly oversold on the RSI, bearish cross, and the momentum on the MACD is kind of flattening out. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little consolidation on gold before rallying further. Ideally, like I was saying, we would like to form a higher low above this fib level here, the 236, and a higher high above 1905 to 1918. If we can get a nice thicker part of the candle coming up above this area, that will be showing extreme bullish pressure on gold. This is currently one asset that I'm very bullish on at the moment, especially the way that the price action's been playing out. Yeah, I really like the looks of this 4 hour here. I wouldn't be surprised if we see new all-time highs on gold, especially if we break this level right here. As soon as we break up above here and we get a higher high and a higher low above the 236, I'm thinking it's very likely that gold will be in for new all-time highs, which I wouldn't be surprised at all if we see $3,000 to $5,000 an ounce on gold at that point. Alright, so silver. I'm really liking the looks of silver as well, and we're also at a much nicer accumulation zone on silver than we are on gold. So gold, we're already above the 236 fib level. Meanwhile, silver, we're still under the 618, but attempting to breach it. A little bit of bullish momentum building. Stochastics crossed bullish. RSI is getting more around the bullish control zone. And bullishly engulfing, attempting to crack the fib level. Bullish momentum building on the MACD, bullish cross on the stochastic. RSI is in the bullish control zone on the 4 hour, and bullish engulfing candles. And with that double bottom, it just looks absolutely phenomenal to me for an accumulation zone on this asset. Especially since we're under the 618 right now. That would typically be around when I start to accumulate an asset that I'm bullish on. Looking like a bit of consolidation going on the 1 hour. Bearish momentum is getting a little weaker. Bearish cross on the stochastic. RSI is coming closer to neutral, but still around the bullish control zone. So we could see something similar to what I was expecting on gold, maybe a slight pullback or consolidation. But overall, I think this asset looks far more bullish than bearish to me right now. So I'm accumulating silver at these levels. And let's take a look at how stocks are holding up. Bearish control zone on the RSI on the weekly. Quite a lot of bearish divergence right there. Bearish momentum still building on the daily, but stochastic is just slightly under the 20 and attempting to cross bullish. RSI is more around the bearish control zone. So for the Dow Jones, if we do see a pullback, I wouldn't be surprised at all if we come down around the 382 fib level here, which would be 29,663. At that point, I'll then be keeping an eye out for potential signs of a reversal back to the upside, as that would be forming support at previous resistance levels. So that was the high that we seen right before the COVID crash. But it is looking like there's a fair chance that we will be in for some more downside on the Dow Jones. Stochastic on the 1 hour is coiling up. RSI is oversold, losing a bit of bearish momentum. So 1 hour it's looking like it's tempting to hold. 4 hour it's looking more bearish than bullish right now, especially with that bearish engulfing candle and the momentum building bearish on the MACD. Stochastic, it's looking alright if it does cross bullish and total crypto market cap, or yeah, this was Dow Jones, not total crypto market, but if this does end up crossing bullish, maybe it'll be looking a little bit better, but I think most stock indexes are currently looking a lot more bearish than bullish to me. So we'll check out the S&P 500 next and see how that's looking. Bearish momentum still building on the MACD, looking quite powerful. Very clear bearish cross on the stochastic and bearish control zone on the RSI, attempting to bearishly engulf on the candles here. So if we do see further pullback, I wouldn't be surprised if we get around the 382, same as the Dow Jones. So that would be forming support right at that previous high we seen before the March COVID crash. So that would be looking nice if we see signs of reversal if we get down to this point. But right now I'm definitely seeing a lot more signs of reversal back to the downside and further pullback. Daily bearish momentum's growing, stochastic's kind of coiling up. Bearish engulfing candles as well. 4 hour bearish momentum still building on the MACD, stochastic's coiling up. RSI is quite oversold, but we still see bearish engulfing candles right here. So if this breaks right here, wouldn't be surprised if we do see those further pullbacks down to lower levels like I was talking about. The 1 hour looks like it's at least attempting to hold. Got a little 1 hour bullish divergence here. Stochastics crossed bullish and losing a bit of bearish momentum here. But we're going to have to wait and see if the smaller time frames can hold up the larger ones here, because just based on the larger time frames, I think it's looking a lot more bearish than bullish to me, same as the Dow Jones currently. And we'll take a look at the Nasdaq as well and see how that's looking. Yeah, that's quite a lot of bearish momentum here on the MACD. Stochastics crossed bearish. Looking like there's still room to go to the downside on the RSI, and bearishly engulfing candles. On the daily, bearish momentum, first day that we've seen since February 1st. Still more room on the RSI to go to the downside more if it wants to, and we're bearishly engulfing here. Slight bearish momentum building on the 4 hour, coiling up like it's attempting to cross bullish on the stochastic, and we are quite oversold on the RSI, but we're still bearishly engulfing on the candles, which is not really looking that great. So if we do see further downside on the Nasdaq, let's see. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we pull back to the 0.5 fib level on the Nasdaq instead of the 382 like I was talking about for both the Dow Jones and S&P 500. So between the 0.5 fib level, which is 8,801 to 9,756 points, I'd typically be around where I would expect for a retrace to be if we do get down to those further levels and decide to keep going to the downside. as that would be right before the COVID crash where we had topped out. So if we form support off previous resistance there, we'll be looking better at that point if we see some signs of reversal to the upside. Overall though, definitely looking more bearish than bullish to me right now. Yeah, tempting to hold on to the 1 hour, but I'm not liking the looks of the 4 hour and the larger time frames at all right now. So we'll be coming back to all the stock indexes over the next little while, as this is starting to look very interesting, and I'm really liking the looks of precious metals currently. So silver, I'm accumulating pretty heavily right now. Gold, I'm mostly accumulating some gold stable coins to stake for passive income right now. So that's just cryptocurrency stable coin that's pegged to the value of gold instead of dollars. Stocks, well, I'm waiting to see what happens with stocks before I make any decisions to accumulate any more there. And cryptocurrencies, I'm still not that bearish on crypto until we get to those lower lows on the monthly, but definitely looking like there's more downside potential on crypto right now as well. Alright, Dogecoin. So this is one asset that's at a phenomenal accumulation zone. So if we do get one more rally to finish this market cycle, Dogecoin is one that I'm absolutely loving these levels to be accumulating at. I've been accumulating Doge for probably a few weeks now. As soon as we got under the fib levels altogether, this just looked great to me to accumulate. And daily bearish momentum is still building. Stochastics crossed bearish. We did have some very nice bullish divergence right here, but that may end up getting invalidated if we do end up pulling back further. Bearish momentum building on the MACD, bearish cross on the stochastic. Quite oversold on the RSI at least, but we are still bearishly engulfing here on the candles. So if Doge comes down to around 12.044 and we get maybe a little double bottom type deal, maybe looking a bit better at that point, but Doge is also looking like its potential to keep on going to the downside for a little while as well. It's going to depend on what happens with Bitcoin and the total crypto market cap. 1 hour, we're quite oversold, losing a bit of bearish momentum. Stochastics under the 20 and coiled up like it's tempting to cross bullish. And it's looking like the candles are kind of rounding out a little bit. So if total crypto market cap holds up, I could see Doge holding up. But I think this is going to depend very heavily on what happens with total crypto market cap, same with most of the cryptos. If it pulls back further, I wouldn't be surprised if we see more downside on Doge. And if it does bounce back, well, I think this will be in for one phenomenal rally to finish the cycle. Yeah, if there's nothing that you guys want me to check out for you tonight, I'll probably check out 1 or 2 more assets and then call it a night. Alright, so AION. Bearish engulfing on the 4 hour. RSI is quite oversold. Bearish cross on the stochastic. And bearish momentum is building. So, looking like there's definitely potential for more pullback here. Quite oversold on the RSI on the 1 hour. We're under the 20 for the stochastics, coiling up like it may attempt to cross bullish. And losing a bit of bearish momentum here, and it looks like it's kind of rounding out on the candles. And we're also holding on to this bottom right here that we had. So that's actually looking alright for now. We're going to have to see if this ends up holding or breaking here. If we do break below this level, well, Let's see how far down that would potentially go. The bottom of the fib extension is down around about 3.5 cents roughly. So that'd be a little over a 50% pullback from where we are now, I believe. Yeah, definitely looking like there is potential for it to keep pulling back further. If the total crypto market cap ends up bouncing back, well, this has a phenomenal upside potential on it, but it's also a very, very high risk asset. And if we do continue to go to the downside on total crypto market cap, well, this is likely just going to get wrecked at that point. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on this one as well for the next little while. Alright, so CRV. Lots of bearish momentum on the weekly. MACD, stochastics cross bearish control zone on the RSI, bearishly engulfing candles. On the daily, we're bearishly engulfing, just slightly oversold on the RSI, crossed bearish on the stochastic, and we have some bearish momentum building here. Bearish momentum building on the 4-hour, bearish cross on the stochastic, oversold on the RSI, but wouldn't really surprise me if it does go a bit lower, and bearishly engulfing candles here. Yeah, this is looking more bearish than bullish to me currently. I'd be keeping an eye on the 786 fib level to see if that holds or breaks, so that would be 2.29 cents, or $2.29. Yeah, if we do break below that fib level, well, I'm probably thinking maybe around $1.30 would be another place to keep an eye on for support level here, as that's looking like a pretty solid potential support zone. Overall, I think CRV has looked more bearish than bullish for the time being, though. Alright, well, I'm going to call it a night. I hope you have a great night, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow.
Looks like there's rain up ahead, like there's a crack in the heavens. Feels like my day could be turning, like I can tell that my luck's gonna change. If you could see me now, I'd probably let you down, but that's enough for me. You got me begging, baby. Looks like I'm on my knees again. Feels like the walls are closing in. Looks like I'm on my knees again. Like the tables have turned, like there's a change in the weather. Feels like my time is returning, like I'm about to get out of this cage. If you could see me now, I'd probably let you down, but that's enough for me. You got me begging, baby. then it's way too late. Why are we tempting fate when we're so close now? I swear it's been forever since we woke up here, with all of your lights inside my atmosphere. Never seen a star burning out as clear as you do right now.